call the meeting of the City Council to order and ask Pastor Scott Hone to please give an invocation and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Let us pray. Eternal gracious God, we give you thanks for all the blessings you've given our town, for all the businesses here, for the community organizations, for the students in our schools. And Lord, we ask that you continue to bless us so that we'll be a blessing to this world. We ask that you guide our leaders, guide our city council, and all the people who work for our city governments. Give them wisdom and understanding as they discuss the work of the city, and lead them to do this, to make the decisions that are best for us all. Pray this in your name. Amen.
Amen. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
One of those things they got in front by the railroad track.
Roll call.
Bowers.
Present.
Mr. Nutt.
Present.
Mr. Bennett.
Present.
Mr. Cobb.
Present.
Ms. Booker. Present.
The agenda has been posted and mailed and provided to council members. What's your wishes of the council regarding tonight's agenda?
All for motion to accept the agenda.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cobb, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. We have a consent agenda consisting of 3 items. First item is the minutes of the May 5th, 2014 meeting. The second item is the prepaid claims docket dated April 2014 in the amount of $912.44. The third item is a claims docket dated May 14th, 2014 in the amount of $329,711.69. These details are also posted online and made available to the council. What are the wishes of the council?
All for motion to approve the consent agenda.
Mr. Knight, is there a second?
Second.
So Mr. Cobb, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. Mayor, your report, please.
Just a couple items. Got some good news tonight to share. The 1103rd National Guard unit from Eufaula is about 8 weeks away from coming home, barring any changes in their orders. Talked to the commanding officer's wife last Friday, and that's good news. I think they've done a good job over there, and we're looking forward to getting them all back home. Also, Mr. Green, there he is, asked me to announce that on Wednesday morning, the first Wednesday of every month at 7 o'clock at the Bread Basket, we're serving donuts and coffee and having an opportunity to meet with the police chief. What is it about donuts and police?
True. Well, stereotype, we just trying to keep alive.
Just a quick joke. I did see back when y'all were kind of picking with the fire department, the Dunkin' Donuts truck, and the officer that was stopping the truck says, "I guess you won't know why I stopped you." But it was a Dunkin' Donuts truck. But anyhow, that's all I have.
Got a question. Can you tell me what the update on the 4-lane that gone through North Eufaula?
Right now it's in a study. The DOT has agreed to study the traffic flow. I talked to Mr. Cooper this afternoon, as a matter of fact, and he's drafted a letter and is going to probably will have it emailed tomorrow. I'll get a copy to all the council as soon as I get it. But we had a meeting last Monday night, and he agreed to several things, and the main thing is they're going to study our traffic flow through all parts of our town. They're still in a they're not in a situation where they're going to do this yet. They're still trying to determine if the need is there, according to him. So there you can see some of the. They have some very sophisticated. They have a consulting company that's doing this. They can tell when a vehicle comes into town. It picks up the Bluetooth of the unit of the car, is what he was telling me today, and it measures it and how long it takes him to get to the other side of town. It's pretty sophisticated. So we have a lot of in-town traffic, which is us, but still outside, it's about 8,000 on average a day from both ends of town coming in. They're going to study and probably do this until after Labor Day, and then make a determination at that time about this consulting company is also going to look at alternative solutions and make suggestions. So there'll be more in this letter. That's the gist of the letter. But had a nice conversation with him this afternoon. He was fairly friendly, and I think he wants to work with us. I mean, that's the impression that I get. So right now nothing's going to be done. Still a long ways from happening. If it does happen, we're going to do some other things to prevent that from happening. As things progress. So he's also part of the letter will include some notes about they have an arborist that's looking at the trees. Also, we've already done that. We've already submitted our findings to them, and they have an arborist also that's looking at the impact of the trees, and we don't want to lose any of our trees there. That part of Eufaula is what those people remember about us when they come through here. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what comes out of this, and we're going to do some other things in the meantime to hopefully come up with an alternative instead of actually just destroying the medium there. So it'll be interesting to see what they come up with.
Thank you. Thank you, Mary. Let's see, Miss Rachel Smith is not going to be here.
She said she wasn't.
All right, Miss Rachel Smith was on the schedule, but she's withdrawn. Mr. Henry Franklin wishes to address the council. Please come forward.
Good evening. I'm Henry Franklin, and I bring a greeting from the Barber County Commission, and my legal counsel is not here, but I will address that to my knowledge, the police officers are supposed to serve and protect, and we'll discuss later at a later date. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Franklin. Ordinances and resolution. We have resolution 36, 20-14. We've been doing this in the past. This is a sales tax holiday schedule for August. What's the dates?
First weekend in August.
First weekend in August. Let's see. I'll feel it.
It's the first full weekend in August, beginning at 12:01 on Friday, ending at 12 midnight on Sunday.
Friday, August 1st to
August 3rd.
Sunday, August 3rd. What are the wishes of the council?
I make a motion to pass resolution 36-2014.
Second.
Any further questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. Resolution 37-2014, admin personnel and building department equipment surplus. Let's see.
I'm going to transfer some to the water board.
You've got a list of the computers and other items. Some of this will be transferred to the water board. All that's been reviewed. What are the wishes of the council?
Offer motion to pass resolution 37-2014.
Is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Cobb, any questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. Next is the resolution supporting supernumeraries for the Planning Commission. We had this come before us before, but it was related directly to House Bill 169, which died in committee before the state legislature died when the state legislature adjourned. And this resolution outlines the follow-up and request of the Alabama League of Municipalities and our legislative delegation, Senator Beasley and Representative Fort, to work to get legislation passed so we can have supernumeraries on our planning commission. What are the wishes of the council?
First of all, how many supernumeraries?
2. We don't have any now.
No, I said, how many are we expecting?
We're requesting 2.
Okay. With that in mind, I'll offer motion to pass resolution 38-2014.
Second.
Second, Mr. Cobb. Any other questions or discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise. Last item is the amended fiscal year 2014 budget. There's some copies on that, and I'll ask City Clerk Treasurer Joy White to give us an overview on that, please.
Okay. We've updated the budget to include the sales tax and motor fuel increase and the garbage collection increase that we passed a few months ago to get a more accurate figure on our revenues. We also added the pretrial diversion and the MCF fund from the courts of about $36,000. We decreased the rescue squad that they give the city from $240 to $120. In the expenses of the departments, the main increase was to the police department because they had to update their computer systems and software. Administrative budget was decreased some because of the reduction in the lease on the building that we rent. So by the time you take all the revenues and the expenses, we're still around $470,000 that we may have to pull from prior year's surplus. But that's if all the departments expend their budget completely. And the revenues are budgeted very conservatively, so hopefully they will come in.
Anything
Or
you
maybe
want to?
even an increase.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
That's right. Anything you want to add on that? Jason?
No, I think she covered most of it. No, and she said conservatively, we feel like that it'll be right around the black. We're hoping.
We're hoping.
There's some other things that we don't know, like the gas distribution, that we won't know until end of the year.
And we've been meeting monthly with the Finance Committee
Right.
and Joy and updating this, and this really gets us to a point where we have a budget that we can apply to all the different objectives and expenditures that some approved in the past and the ones that we need to go at least in the short term, and then also help us get set up for next year's budget. Is that a fair
That's a
statement?
fair statement.
What are the wishes of the council?
I make a motion we pass the amended budget, resolution 39-2014.
Is there a second?
Second.
Any further discussion? We thank everybody for their hard work on this and a lot of transition we've gone through all for this, and I'll call for the vote. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. Finance, any others?
No.
You want to add?
No, I think we're good on the finance. I will touch on the last meeting. Barbara and I were not here. We were actually down in Mobile at the League of Municipalities Convention and educational event, and just kind of touched on a couple of things. The sessions that she attended, neither one of us attended the same session. We kind of split it up to get a better understanding. But she went to avoiding negligent employee claims, and I went to the economic development considerations for municipalities. Spit it out. Exactly. The other one was street smarts. So Barbara knows everything there is to know about roach coaches.
Yep.
And related issues. And budgeting for municipal officers I went to. One of the other sessions was Retail America, what's ahead for your community, and she went to the municipal liabilities. Also, we had a round table, and it was Ozark and Troy, and basically towns our size, and some of the good ideas, several good ideas came out of that, but one thing that really stood out to me was several of the cities have established a non-emergency 311. Basically, you dial 311, you report a pothole, you report garbage, you report lights out, signs messed up, and it goes into a system that actually prioritizes it, and then it is emailed off to who would be in charge of that. So I thought that's quite a good idea.
How is that administered? Is it just go into a call center at the city and?
Yeah, basically, from what I understand, Troy just got through installing theirs, and they're very happy. Okay. And it just goes into basically call center.
Let's see, how many days we've done? 3.5 days? Or how long?
Yeah, basically Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday night.
Thank you for allocating your time to do that. We appreciate it. And, good information.
And they've already announced that it'll be in Tuscaloosa next year on May 16th through the 19th.
Okay,
and one of the other things that was interesting is they actually had the expo down there, and there were over 150 vendors that were showing wares and software and hardware and fire trucks and all the other stuff that goes along with municipalities.
Yeah, I think when they have the national one in the winter, and it's at different locations, they also have a big trade expo there, and that's, I haven't been doing it in a couple of years, but I bring back information and items, and it's some good items to pick up and some resources for us to pursue. Once again, thanks for.
And while I was there, the other thing I wanted to point out was that these guys actually had a booth, which I thought was kind of neat. Opening page, Lake Point, turn it around on the back.
Lake Eufaula.
Yeah. So,
super.
How nice.
And what's the name on the front?
Alabama Advantage. It's basically it's for relocation guide for new Alabamians.
Super. That's great coverage. 2 full page, right in the front and right at the back there.
Barbara, you enjoy it?
I had a good time. Yeah.
Education.
Walked a lot.
Okay. Anything else on that?
That's it.
Education, Library, Zoning, Chamber. I'll just follow up a little more detail on the meeting reference North Eufaula. Mr. Cobb asked about that. It was a good turnout. Mr. John Cooper, director of the ALDOT, was here with 3 staff members. 4 staff members. And they listened patiently to all the different points presented across the board by different members in the community. Good data was put together. And as the mayor said, his point was they're trying to complete 4 lanes from Phoenix City to I-10, and or at least to the state line there, which would make it go all the way to I-10. And that's their primary objective. So that's how we kind of moved up off of that. The meeting was very informative. It was constructive. At the end, Mr. Cooper did make comments, and then they were treated to a supper and follow up off of that. So we hope we improved the dialogue on that. Representative Fort was there, and Senator Beasley was there in terms of other elected officials. So it was well attended. State Senator Beasley has offered to set up a meeting with the governor for multiple reasons, but one would be ALDOT. The other one would be to thank the governor for putting in the budget funding for the Historic Chattahoochee Commission, which is headquartered here in Eufaula and covers this valley area. And then also to follow up with an invitation to ask the governor to come to Eufaula for a reception He's not been here yet. We had his wife here not too long ago. So what I wanted to pose to the council that we accept, consider accepting Senator Beasley's invitation to set up that meeting, and if that's agreeable with the council, I'd like to have a motion that we do that.
To be for the public?
It'd be a small group, probably 6 to 10 folks, just to go meet with the governor up there. Now, when he comes here, that would be for the public. And I suspect, you know, if he can fit it into the schedule with this being an election year, I'm sure he'd want to see most of the public. So the idea would be to get the governor here. We haven't had him here in a long time. That was, had Governor Bentley's never been here that I know of, so.
In Mobile, he made it around to all the sessions that we were having the round table.
Yeah, he's very accessible off of that, so. What are the wishes?
I'd like to make a motion, we authorize Senator Beasley to set up the appointment.
Second, Mr. Knight. Any further questions or discussions on that? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed likewise, motion carries. Parks, Recreation, and Airport.
I was at the ball field Monday. We're going 3 nights. Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. We probably have about 150 kids, aged from 9 to 13. And the airports are doing good. I was out there also. Thank you.
Thank you. Street Sanitation Cemetery.
Nothing. The street department's finishing all the duties of trash and garbage and commercial dumpster pickup, and maintaining patching potholes and repairing storm drains, and the cleanup effort. And Sherry mentioned that the horticulture, they're staying busy keeping grass cut and edged, and they got the greenhouse open with plants already.
Would those plants be used around the city? Is that what's that?
Start going in this week.
Okay, great. Great.
Great.
Anything else, Barbara?
Yeah, I would just like to say, I don't know if you had a chance to go out and check Dutton Quarters area. We had a lot cut today, and it looked real nice. They found about 8 or 10 snakes on that lot. They cut it, they just went to running, but they got it where you can mow it with lawnmower now, and we're gonna have another one out there in the morning. So things are looking up out there.
Well, they've had that large number of weed abatements that they're addressing.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
District 2.
Anything else, Barbara? Thank you, Johnny. Police, fire, and personnel.
Yes, I would just like for you to check your packages. You got your police report in there, and you also got your fire department report in there, and you got your animal control at your spare time. Please take a look at it. You know, these supervisors have a great deal of time pulling this thing together, and at least give it a thought and a reading of your interpretation of it. And while I got the floor, I would just like to announce that tomorrow, 6 o'clock, we'll have a meeting at St. John Early Church, and the 2 people that'll be answering questions will be the mayor and the police chief only. So if you're interested in what's going on in your community.
Is this a spiritual meeting that you're having there?
I hope it ends up that way. We're trying to bring the
community relations.
That's right, the relationship between the police and the community. We're trying to put it together because I get a distinct feeling that somebody somewhere in Eufaula is trying to, you know, just tear us apart. And you know, I feel like we're too big for this. I really do. Let just a few individuals come together and break us up. So come out tomorrow night at 6, ask your question, and get your answer. You won't have to say he said, she said, they said. Hear it with your own ears. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other business come before the council? No other business? Council stand adjourned.